All right, y'all, I am way off pace. I had set a goal of $250,000 this year in sales, and I look back, you know, just over halfway through this month, and I'm like, holy moly, no way I'm going to make it at this pace. So I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to update you with the process. Real quick before we start this particular show, I got to give you a reminder. Dibdit.com, Tuesday, we are going to sell this brand new Nintendo Switch for $1. So free shipping. So all you got to do is go over there to Dibdit and then make an offer. I'm going to list it for like $10,000 or something like that. Make an offer for $1. I'm going to go live. There's tons of people going live in my hour. I think I'm 6 to 7 Eastern. I am going to have District run a program, and one person is going to be selected to purchase this for $1. Free shipping, brand new Switch. Go check it out. What I really need to do to catch up is I have some sterling silver that I need to... Well, I actually have one set of sterling silvers listed for like, I don't know, $1,400, $1,300, something like that. I need that to sell. That would help me get caught up pretty quick. I've also got some jewelry, some 10K rings and stuff. I think I'm just going to put them on auction on eBay. I'm also doing auctions over there on Dibdit now. I'm going to find items over there that are kind of perfect for that and start doing auctions over there. I just got to get stuff going, get stuff up and listed, different platforms, for the most part on eBay, but we're going to use that District platform as well. Sold one of these, and I think this may be our last one. I bought a ton of these things for $1 a piece, and I kind of thought twice. I'm like, should I really do this? But I'm so glad I did, because I think they're all gone, or almost. So $3 into this one, sold for $17.95 plus shipping. To me, that's worth it, because there were tons of multi-quantity. And I'm hoping that some of you can even join me in the process, and we'll talk about that. But I also have to clear up a couple things. One from a video the other day that I got a bunch of comments that scare me a little bit. I'm like, man, are we really... I think a lot of folks just don't understand quite what I was saying the other day. Plus a new feature I just saw on eBay. I wondered if any of you are using it. So we got 3 topics today. REM, out of time. And these aren't huge. I pick them up when I can, when I find doubles. REM, some REMs, if you can find them sealed, go for pretty decent money. These two weren't very good. I'm in them for 50 cents a piece, and I got $8.99 plus shipping. So I guess that's where I'll start here. I was looking at my sales per day are down, and I think there's a reason for that. We'll talk about that, and we're going to talk about these numbers. You know, $250,000, I started to think, when I started to do some math, I'm like, I got to sell. What did I come up with? $20,833. Is that right, y'all? A month in order to get to $250,000. I'm like, whew. And there were months last year where I did that, but boy, there are some months. It's January. I had my store shut down till January 4th, and then I got it back up, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I didn't start this off right. And then I had decided to go through. I said, I want to get these clothes listed, these hats, and we worked on that and got all that stuff up and listed. And there's just not high dollar sales out there. So my sales were down. And on top of that, the percent or the dollar amount of each sale, the ASP, was down. And all of a sudden I find myself way behind. And I'm okay with being behind in January, right? You know, November is a great month. It always is for me. But I'm like, whew, I can't put myself this far behind. So I'm going to do some accountability, talk about the numbers and how I'm going to update you. I'm going to do it every month. I don't think I'm going to do it every single day or every single week. I don't think I want to do that. And if you remember, my goal had to do with eBay and with District, our Dibdit.com and our Shop Commons, and if we sell in any other marketplaces, as well as other sales. We'll talk about that. This is a Jawa. This is 1977. Picked this up in that storage unit with my buddy Joey. That thing's cool. It doesn't have a weapon. I think it's supposed to have a weapon. But that one right there, just like that. Tiny little sale. Sold for $20 plus shipping. And while I absolutely love those last 2 sales, they're not high dollar sales. I just love selling them, but they're not getting me closer to that goal fast enough. And I'm going to, like I said, keep myself accountable. I love this sale too. This is a little better. Well, I mean, 20, that's not too bad, I guess. But this is a goofy watch. I picked up a ton of watches last year, and they did okay for me. Let's see if I can find this one. This one sold on 30% off, so a ton of those watches did sell, but this one didn't. I can't get to focus. This one, backwards goofy watch. That's a Loris Disney, and it needs a battery. $24.47 plus shipping. That's after the 30% off, so $25-ish. plus shipping, paid $1. And if you remember my goal, I would like to be like 150,000 of that to be on eBay alone. And that means I have to double what I'm doing over there with live selling on Dibdit and Shop Commons and with static selling, because I do both. All right, here we go. This, we put them just in the other day and they sold. That's good. So we were doing tons of hats. I picked this one up at a sale. When I picked it up, I didn't realize it was quite this good. I knew it was good. I bought $1. This is on the Commonwealth Picker channel. You should go check this video out. It was an insane day. I had 40 minutes from when I dropped my boy off to when the game started, and I went down the road in Myrtle Beach. And this is a Polo Sport, y'all. Check it out. Made in the USA. It's in very good shape. I just picked it up real quick at the sale out of a box, and they said $1, and I looked and I said, oh, it's Polo. Good. Perfect. And I figured, you know, $25, $30, $40 hat. This thing sold in minutes for $60 plus shipping. That was a crazy good yard sale. And so the overall goal, like I said, is $250,000. And you know what? It's going to be, I sell on Bonanza, I sell on other places, and I do some local stuff. And I take some of the jewelry that I find and I take it to a local guy. And there's some of it. I don't do it for all of it. So there's going to be a little padding in there, maybe 10,000 worth. That's not eBay or District. Or, well, yeah, not eBay or District. I'm going to have to show you this one. I think this is the right one. Death Zone. Pretty sure. Picked this one up at a sale. This video appeared for a second time on Facebook the other day. There it is, Death Zone. And I'm just going to show you a picture of it. How much did this sell for? I think this might have been 30% off as well. $21-ish plus shipping for that poster. People ask me how to ship those all the time. The 4x4x whatever box. I have a 48, 4x4x48 box. And then I take it and I cut one side down and I fold it down so it becomes a triangle, so it's harder to crush. That's how I ship this. Maybe I should make a little how-to. I do shorts and I do how-to things. There's a how-to playlist. I might be able to do that here on the Commonwealth Flipper channel. So what I'm going to do is I got a calendar. My wife, you have to see this calendar. My wife gave me a calendar. Her and her best friend made a calendar and gave it to me and to her best friend's husband. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? It's their personality just to a T. So I decided I would take that calendar and I would put, you know, highway sales in it and stuff I'm going to go to and kind of plan my year out like I used to as a teacher. Remember those big giant calendars? I used to love those things. Write them down so I could see it all the time as opposed to having alerts in my phone going off all the time. And so I decided at the end of every month, so at the end of January, and it'll be delayed a little bit because these videos come out sometimes a day, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 days later or whatever. Or if I'm on vacation, it might be a week later. But I'm going to put those numbers down. I can tell you right now, in January, I'm going to be far short of that, what I say, 20,000 mark. 20,000 would put you at 240,000. I'm going to put those numbers down at the end of every month and see if I can't keep up with it. You're welcome to join in as well with us, but I need to keep, because this is a big number for me, because the way I sell, how I source, it's a big number for me. It'd be the biggest number I ever had. And I'm still treating it like it's part-time, if you will. So I'm excited about it. I'm a little nervous about it because I'm making a commitment to share those numbers with y'all. And I'm way behind so far on every platform except for Bonanza. Bonanza, I've made like 3 or 4 sales this month, which is cool. Then I looked at my Dibdit.com and Shop Commons sales, and I had made a few static sales, but that was it. And I'm like, I am so far behind because I basically committed to not just doubling, but doubling my sales from last year on that platform, plus another 10,000. So that was a pretty big jump. And I'm like, oof. So I'm like, all right, let's go. And I just jumped on and went live and done it again now. And we've got that shipped out already today. Well, some of it anyways, not all of it. Some of it's still inside. These are just metal measuring cups. I'm trying to think if there's a brand name with them or not. Hold on a minute. All right, they're fully made in the USA, stainless steel. They sold for $16 plus shipping. Dave's got that kitchen marketplace over there on District, and he's like, oh yeah, that stuff would sell over there too. I'm like, maybe I'll start listing it over there. We'll see. There it is, fully stainless steel. $16 plus shipping. I guess I never showed you the calendar. They're crazy. Well, I won't show you. I'll just show you. Well, I'm not even going to show you the first one. I'll wait till the end of January. What I really need to do to catch up is I have some sterling silver that I need to, well, actually I have one set of sterling silvers listed for like, I don't know, $1,400, $1,300, something like that. I need that to sell. That would help me get caught up pretty quick. I've also got some jewelry some 10K rings and stuff. I think I'm just going to put them on auction on eBay. I'm also doing auctions over there on Dibdit now. I'm going to find items over there that are kind of perfect for that and start doing auctions over there. I just got to get stuff going, get stuff up and listed, different platforms. For the most part on eBay, but we're going to use that district platform as well. Sold one of these, and I think this may be our last one. I bought a ton of these things for $1 a piece, and I kind of thought twice. I'm like, should I really do this? But I'm so glad I did, because I think they're all gone, or almost. So $3 into this one, sold for $17.95 plus shipping. To me, that's worth it, because there were tons of multi-quantity. Also need to start digging in that death pile out there, and that trailer out there, and start pulling items that have a little higher ASP. I mean, we had some decent ones in there. You know, I'll take $20 sales and stuff. There's 2 or 3 of them in there. And then that hat for $60 is really good. But lots of those kind of middling prices, which are fine. You got to do that stuff if you're going to hit that number. But I got to find some $100, $200 items out there that I know I have and get them sold. Or look at the high-priced items that I do have, delist them, maybe relist them at 10% off, change a few things, and see if we can't get a big sale. Pulled this one in earlier. It's a 511 tactical shirt. This guy had them at a sale, and he was asking $5, and I saw a bunch of these 511 tactical stuff. And I didn't really want to pay $5 because they go, you know, depending on what it is, 15, 20 bucks, something like that. And I was like, hey, you got a bunch of these things for $5. You got a bunch of these things for $3. I said, if I buy them all, will you do $3 on the $5 items and $2 on the $3 items if I buy all of it? And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm like, okay. So I'm into this for $3, sold for $18.95 very quickly. Nice shirt. We got to give away some tape. Let me pull this item. We'll give away some My Go-To tape really quick. We're getting to the end of the road on that. I mentioned that we listed a bunch of hats. Had to reorganize these a little bit. Actually, yeah, I don't have a hockey bin, so that's okay to be in there. Older Than Dirt. These, you know, you see these kind of things all the time, and they don't really have much appeal, and you're like, eh, whatever. But this one was crisp and clean, and looks like it's never been worn. And it was $1. I said, sure, $14.95 plus shipping. All right, let's go away some tape. This, I am out. I couldn't believe it. I looked down there, and I saw that I am out of 2-inch tape, which I don't use it all that much, but I still like to have it around because it's a little less expensive than the 3-inch. I absolutely love the 3-inch. Actually, that's not even My Go-To tape. They had ran out of My Go-To tape, so I had to get some other stuff, and I got to use it up. That's the 3-inch tape that I use, mygototape.com, number 2, not TO. And we're going to give away a 4-pack of this tape right here. I had the name, CooperCat8383. Send me an email at commonwealthpicker@gmail.com to claim that, Cooper. And we will give you the link. And we're just about out, y'all. Joel sent me a message the other day. Actually sent me he's like, check it out. This is because I always buy this stuff. We use it a lot. The My Go-To stretch wrap. That's available over there. I use it, and I'm like, hey, I'd like to try that stuff out. So he sent me one, and we are using it. We use it in live shows because sometimes we sell bundles, and we got to put them together without, you know, putting tape on it and messing stuff up, and that stuff helps. And then we shrink wrap a lot of toys and stuff like that to keep it all together, make sure a piece doesn't fall out. And there's just different things we use it for. So if you're in need of that, he sells that over there too. And you can use code Commonwealth for 5% off. Joel, thank you. He also sells the Sealed Air Instapack, which I've only used a couple times because these things are expensive. But if it's the right item, if it's like a $200 item or something, it really is tough. This kind of molds around it. So that's over there as well. Anyways, so thank you and congratulations to Cooper Cat. We are basically at the end of the numbers, okay? The codes. But we have had a few people who I've announced the winners that have not claimed it. So I'm going to wait a week or two, write down those names. Maybe not even that long. Maybe we'll just wait a week. And then if they haven't claimed it by that point, I'm going to cross them off the list, and I'm going to give that code to the next person so we can keep giving it away a few more times. So at any rate, hopefully that helps. All right, I also, to up those sales, we've got that 30% off sale with old stuff in here, and this one sold. I do a lot of video games free shipping because the competition does. It's basically all I do, free shipping. With a few exceptions of things that I sell in massive multi-quantities because I want to encourage people to buy multiples of them. And then they never ask. There's one advantage for free shipping. Nobody ever asks for a shipping discount. I shouldn't say ever, but rarely. This is not great stuff right here. We had them up there, and they did not sell. But they did at $10.49 for those 2 games. Free shipping, so not much, but at least they're gone. Now this one, I gotta say, was kind of a disappointment. When I bought it, I think I might have paid 15 bucks for this one when I saw it, because it's ostrich. And when I see ostrich, I think of boots, and the ostrich boots sell really good. This is a Dooney and Burke ostrich bag, and it didn't go for near as much as I thought. All right, here it is. And I think we underlisted it, to be honest with you. My wife listed a bunch lately. She listed a ton today, like 30 things. So shout out Blues Mama. If you don't know my wife, y'all, my wife's a nut. I mean, she's an interesting character, and I love her very much, but anyway, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But this one, I thought, and I think if it just had some, you know, if I knew more and I could clean better and do whatever, make this thing shine, we could probably get 50 for it. But time is always of the essence. I just thought this one would do better, and it did. But you know what? We're still making a little bit of money, $30 plus shipping. Let's get into this second topic for just a second. I want to talk about the response to the Facebook eBay video we did the other day. The partnership, because boy, I think a lot of people have a totally wrong kind of misguided misconception about it, and I blame myself. Whenever I was teaching and my kids didn't understand something, you know, the first instinct of a teacher is to, man, I got dumb kids. But you know what? It usually was my fault in the way that I would address things and talk about stuff like that. And there was just some folks out there, I watching back on that video, I'm like, boy, some people just didn't get this. And then I watched the video again myself, and I'm like, okay, I understand why you didn't get it. So what am I talking about? Oh, eBay. eBay's lit, and some of you have seen this now. It's been out for a little while now, where they are starting to use pictures to help you create the listings. I'm curious. I have not used it. First of all, I don't even know if it's appeared on my phone or my app. I saw it on the computer, but I don't use my computer to make listings. I use my phone. Has anybody out there tried this feature? How well does it work? I can only imagine it doesn't work extremely well when you're doing lots and stuff. But if you have a singular item that's well defined and you take that picture, I imagine it could really help you create that listing. I don't know if it's any faster though. It kind of already does it, right? If you guys have used the camera feature on eBay, I do it often, to use that to look it up, and then I just take a listing and then make a listing from that. I like to choose my listings, but I want to know anybody from scratch using pictures to make a listing on eBay. Is it effective, and are you enjoying it? Tell me in the comments below and let us all know. We've been selling comic book lots over there on Dibdit, or on Chalk Commons, I should say. And is this the right one? And saw these boxes at Walmart, 9x3x12s, and I'm like, let's give it a shot. They're like 80 cents. You get them cheaper, but I'm like, that's a pretty sturdy box. I'll give it a shot. So anyway, go check it out. Walmart's upping its game, y'all, with supplies. They're still overpriced. And don't ever buy their bubble wrap there. Good Lord, it's expensive. But they do have some boxes that I occasionally use when I'm out and I haven't ordered certain sizes. And there are certain ones that I just need so many for live selling that I have decided it's better to pay a little bit more when I do those live sales and go down there than to store just tons of it out there in that shed. So it's a little bit of a mix. I do like to buy boxes in massive quantity. I should show you this. I did a kind of I redid everything up here so I could fit a few more things, and I've got tons of padded poly mailers and got tons of record boxes. I've basically gotten rid of most of my priority mail stuff, but I got stuff back there. I got Big Bubble. I got bigger boxes stored back there as well. And then I have a shed out there full of boxes. So that's what I spent a lot of my time early January doing, making sure I'm supplied for the whole year. But, you know, that doesn't make you money. It costs you money. The Authority, there's a 3-pack of whatever these are, and they sold for 18 bucks? 20. $19.95 plus shipping. Holy cow, I've been waiting for this one to sell because it takes up a ton of space. It was kind of a regret, but kind of not. Some of you might recognize it. And I bought it at a sale early spring last year, I believe. I think that's about right. And this is from Weebles. And I bought a ton of Weebles too. And I thought maybe it would have all the parts and pieces and I'll sell it together and make more money. Well, it didn't have anywhere near that. But I bought it anyways, and it didn't sell. Finally went off 30% off for just under $19 plus shipping. I probably paid $5-6 for it. What's the year on that? Pawtucket, 1974 Pawtucket Hasbro. Weebles wobble, but they won't fall down. We made a bunch of money on the Weebles. We're just making a few bucks on that guy, and it's a pain in the butt. Here's the third one that sold at 30% off. 5 of our 19 sales sold at 30% off, which is good. I'm happy because we got to clear out that underbrush, kind of keep that store healthy and that sell-through rate up. I have become a believer over the years that your overall store performance is actually something that matters to the algorithm. But like I said, I don't pay too much attention to it, but a little bit. This is a Valentine's banner, and it was not an amazing seller, but you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. I think we're gonna do a Valentine's show over there on Divot. Should be fun. I need to keep up my shows and doing all that stuff. This sold for after discount, so we only got $7 plus shipping, but I kind of like, you know, you buy stuff like that. Think about it. I listed that for 10, so I paid $1. I usually don't pay $1 for that stuff. Usually don't pay more than $1 for that stuff. And I'm selling it for 10. So a lot of it does sell for 10. It's not great, but it's something that I've always done. They lay flat. They're easy to ship. I don't know. I kind of like it. And even when something goes 30% off and sells for 7, there's probably there's a $4 profit in it. It's not really worth the time. But at $10, I've made the decision that it is worth my time, because they're so dang easy. And I had listed a bunch of these for Christmas, thinking they would sell out around Christmas. They didn't. We only have one more listed. I have a bunch more, but I'll put them out next year. We're doing some fundraisers with these as well. $1 of every one of these sales goes to one of the kids' charities. So this one right here, speaking of, I have another auction. I don't know if this is done or not yet. It probably is on eBay. That's what I should do, get my numbers up. I haven't been listing the old Enaman because I just don't have very many, but I'll start throwing those out there too with what we have left. So Fleet, right here, this little Christmas ornament sold for $14.95 plus shipping, and it went to Lewis. And I assume, Lewis, you are a viewer. I did not see a message, but thank you. Appreciate it. So take a look. If you are one of the few who haven't grabbed one of these, I will start auctioning these off, maybe one a week for the next few. Well, I got to get caught up, so we'll do one a week for a few weeks. We'll see. Those usually go pretty good. It might help. It's not going to boost my numbers that much, but anything I can do to help me get closer to that 20,000 per month would be awesome. So I thought about, when I talked about Facebook and eBay, the partnership and whatever, and I knew some people would misconstrue some things, but there was a lot of it. And so I thought about pulling up comments and going through them one by one and saying, no, this is what you don't get, whatever. I'm just going to give a blanket statement. Well, first let me say this. In my opinion, the most important part of that video was the final third of that video, or final half of that video. And very few people commented about it. But that's the biggest change in reselling. And I think that this partnership, if you will, it's really not. It's just eBay is going to start using the marketplace platform to advertise eBay stuff and get people over to eBay. But so many people, I don't have a Facebook account, or now I got to deal with, you know, do you still have this item or whatever. Look, all it is just like eBay takes items that are listed on eBay and puts them in Google search, and somebody finds that item they're looking for and clicks on it and then goes over to eBay. It's no different. You don't need a Facebook account. It has nothing to do with it. It's just a way of bringing eBay items to a much broader marketplace. And my guess is, and I've said a lot of stuff, but my guess is there's two things behind it. First of all, Facebook getting into the resale business with these new kind of restrictions and not guidelines. How do I want to put it? Requirements, like the IRS. You know, if people are selling on Facebook, you know, Facebook's going to be the one sending out 1099s to people. Facebook's like, we don't want to deal with that. We want to be a social media business. Let's put these links over there. It's far more efficient. eBay's already built the infrastructure for all this stuff, and send them over to eBay. And it's probably much cheaper and much more effective than using Google ads. That's my guess. Or they're trying to find a way to make it work. I don't see how this could possibly be a negative. And I know there's a lot of people, well, if eBay's just going to charge you to do whatever, you know, or if they're only doing this pay-per-click, or if they're only doing this for people who promote, you still have the choice. But the biggest plus for this, and you know me, I don't carry the water for eBay. I complain about eBay quite a bit, but I don't let some other company's business determine my future, the future of my business either. And so there's a lot of negativity towards it, and there really should not be. If you want to be negative towards, you can pick a plethora of things you could be mad at. But to me, this is a good one. Even if all that's true, even if the worst case scenario is true, which is the only items that show up there are pay-per-click, which they have not said, and I don't think that's the case, at least right now. I think they're experimenting with all these things and trying to reach a massive new audience. I don't think people realize how big... Facebook is the largest social media company in the world. It is still growing. It is not dying. It is massive. And to bring a new audience to eBay is big. Even if you're bringing off a very small percentage, even if there is some kind of a fee-based for some people to get their items over there or whatever, which there is not at this point. They certainly have not said it. Who cares? It's bringing people. If it just brings a small amount of new buyers to the platform who have a good experience, then once they're on the platform, we all get to benefit from it. So I know that doesn't answer all the questions, and there'll still be a lot of people complaining. I think this is big. The most important part, however, is not that. It's what came in the rest of the video. This might be setting eBay up to really tap into social networks instead of the silly way, sorry, eBay, the silly ways they've been doing. You know, you share your own items on social media and you do whatever, and nobody ever does that stuff. So I don't know. I think it's a great thing. It might not be perfect. We might not all love it in the end, but there's tons of people. I'm opting out. I'm not doing what I'm like, whew, that's crazy. What if it's free? What if your items, and so many people have already said down below, they've already seen items show up over there. That's big. And I did a little experiment, and well, let me read this one comment that I was saying, hey, Walmart is doing this on YouTube social media. eBay isn't. And I think that's, I mean, if AI could start to do things like put items that you see in a video on YouTube into the listing and have people buy them, and it was eBay stuff, then you guys would be making more money. And so I did that little thing with that scale, and it popped up. So that's what this person said. As soon as you put that small digital scale on the counter, a Walmart affiliate box popped up on my screen offering that scale for sale. I've been wondering why I've been seeing these. Thanks for the explanation. Imagine if that was all eBay stuff over there. And my opinion is, if this works over there on... There's tons of content over on Facebook. I get more. Last month I had 6 million views on Facebook. Far more than YouTube. So that'll give you a picture. I really think eBay's, even if they're just starting to explore these things, this is a good sign for eBay sellers. Let's hope they get it right. And there's another topic I want to talk about. I saw it last night on television, network television of all places, Nitro. And I'm going to make that the topic of the video, probably the next one. We'll see. Nitro, WCW, bandana. These we are making like $2 a piece at this point because they're going off 30% off. This is the 4th one, and we have one more going off 30% off. This is under $8, $7.66. Free shipping. Y'all, I adjusted my shipping. I should talk about that too, but I'll do it later. So there is just about $2 profit. Actually, it might even be like $1.96 or something. But we had hundreds and hundreds of them. So I'm like, I'm not going to not list them for that. But when I listed them, I thought I could get like $9. And that would have been a little better. But we're down. We're just getting rid of them. All right, Scooby-Doo mini book keychain. And these are going for the same price. Same thing. I'm doing for pennies, so there's a couple dollars profit. And there are hundreds. I mean, look, y'all. That whole tub is full of keychains. All of those drawers are full of those bandanas, so it's not a lot of money. But it helps, you know. You sell one, or look, I sold 2 today. You know, you sell a couple of those, it's 4. You know, you might make $100 at the end of the month selling this stuff. And to me, that makes it worth it. That reminds me of something. I saw a message. I usually don't do this. I like the message to be on the purchase itself as a note to the seller, because that way I know I see it and there's no delay and I don't have to write stuff down. But I saw a nice note and they asked me to shout out Anita. So Anita, here's your shout out. I appreciate it. Looks like we have maybe 2 or 3 viewer sales today. I appreciate that. And 5 of the 19 sales so far have gone out 30% off, but I'll take it where I can get it. I almost forgot we gave away a Buy Reseller Genie bag as well. So I'm gonna announce that winner. And we also did an 80stees.com one. And I'm going to do that on the next video. But the winner of the My Reseller Genie bag, go check them out, y'all. If you need help with your accounting for last year, going backwards or going forwards, they are the absolute best in my opinion. Awesome folks as well. And that's myresellergenie.com. Go Commonwealth, get you 15% off. And you won't, I can't say you won't regret it for certain. But let me tell you, of all the products and stuff that I hawk and I shill for, that's the best feedback I get. I tell you all the time. They're awesome folks. So my Reseller Genie bag goes to, I had it, there it is, Pamela Stumpo, 8596. Send me an email, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com. Tell me where to send that, and we'll do it. All right, I'm putting this a little earlier in the video because I forgot one. What do you know? And it was one of the best sales. It's a Randy Moss jersey. This one sold for $55. Randy Moss is currently sick. He's been diagnosed with cancer. And this one was actually on 30% off because it hadn't sold forever. Maybe that's what made it sell. We wish him the very best, of course. 55 and change plus shipping. All right, y'all. Turner's got some Commonwealth comedy of the corniest jokes in the world. What do you got?
How did the French fry propose to the hamburger?
How did the French fry propose to the hamburger? I don't know.
He gave her an onion ring.
That's terrible.
Bye.
All right, y'all. I just had to say thank you to Lost and Found 2000 for this awesome plate right here. And I think, and I may have screwed this up, Reagan's behind me. Shouldn't have any sales. You guys are awesome. I appreciate that. Didn't have any sales at accountabilty.com. So I said, why don't you open this
Christmas
gift?
is over, but
I have so much stuff while you're opening that. I have to thank all these folks who sent cards, y'all. I really do appreciate it. Mike Metco meetups, and you guys are awesome. Deb and Troy, we appreciate you. Wolfman Goody sent me this shirt. I really got to do a better job of this. Well, at any rate, who's this one? What is this one from here? Oh, Quilted Tees. Awesome. You are so awesome to us. Thank you very, very much. To Cheryl. That's right. Cheryl is awesome, y'all. That's right.
I still need a quilted tee. VHS?
Oh, check that out. How cool is that?
Whoa, this one's cool.
You guys got to stop fighting.
Hey,
Stop
Super
fighting.
Sunday, History of the Super Bowl, National Geographic Video,
Very cool.
and Little Shepherd. They're sealed,
We
though.
appreciate y'all. All right, this one's pretty cool. It hung around a long time because I didn't have it listed and I thought I did. It's from Radio Shack. I love these things, y'all. The AV cables, you can extend them. You can put, I used to test stuff on one machine and have everything, video games and VCRs coming out of it. That thing, believe it or not, sold for $20 plus shipping. All right, everybody, I got to get to work. So this wasn't a ton of stuff and not a ton of high dollar stuff. And I got to get that number up for the end of the month. I think maybe, you know, the first week of February sometime after all those numbers have come in, there's no returns. We'll look at the numbers for January, and then we'll just keep doing that every month and see if we can't. Maybe I'll put in my calendar, but maybe make a chart or something. I don't know what we'll do. I'm not into making charts, but you can't wait to see that calendar. My wife's sitting up. All right, thank y'all for joining us. Tell me everything that's going on down below in your reselling business. I'd love to hear it. And what are your goals? Tell me what your goal is for 2024 or 2025. If you have one, I appreciate it. Also, keep in mind all these folks out in California. You may see some more auctions over there. We're doing an auction of some stuff. This one's not a charity one. On Dibdit, I think we're selling a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, some of them first edition. So if you're into that stuff, go check that auction out. It's running through the week. It might be coming to an end here pretty quick. But we appreciate everything you do for us, and we wish you the very best. And like I said, keep in mind all those folks in California without homes and struggling. That's my old stomping grounds. I grew up there. My family, my parents' families all grew up there, and it's kind of near and dear to us. So we hope you all are doing well out there. If you are a reseller in Southern California, give us an update below. I know I talked to Charlie FleetCon the other day. Make sure he was okay and his folks, and they've been out helping people. So, Charlie, we appreciate you. And we appreciate all of you for watching. And I can't wait to see you next